Hi there. Let's do a stapler. They're all the rage right now. First, you're probably wondering what this is. This is an attachment from Cuba Lake Crafts. This is the same company that has made my Turner support arm, or Turner arm support, my 20-something pin Turner. I have all kinds of stuff from them. So I reached out, I messaged Donna, and I was like, hey, I need something better to do my staplers than what I'm just experimented with. I had this on here and had wedged my stapler on there, and it worked okay. It just wasn't secure. No big deal. It's a great quick fix though. That's actually something I saw on TikTok. So she sent me this yoink. This is one of the pins from in here. I'm going to show you how to take it apart and put it in there. I plan on just leaving this one in here, so I put a little piece of painter's tape around it so that it would be nice and secure. So I'm going to leave it on there, and I specified which Turner arm I wanted to use. This is from one of my Amazon Turners. I didn't even have to measure it. She knew what she wanted, or she knew what I needed. So that there. So let's crack one of these open. I'll show you how to take it apart. I've been cleaning. Nope, that's not for me. Anyways, this came a little dirty. All right. So this is it's easier than it looks. And this is the exact same for the Amazon Basic one also. So you push down here because you can kind of see that little angle, that sizing difference there. See how that tapers just a bit right there? We're going to pull that back just the tiniest bit. Just so I want to make sure it's obvious what I'm doing here. Just like that, right? So be careful letting that kind of spring load back to where it needs to go. Put that somewhere secure. Don't want to lose it. And I'm going to gently push right there so that it comes out. Now, since I'm using my same pin, I don't have to do anything else to this. But to get that out, you just push it with something. Anything, just push it right out. Just like that. But I'm going to put this one back in because I don't need it right now. So now set this aside with this somewhere safe so that they don't get lost. You want to lightly sand. I have a little scrap of sandpaper over here, so I'm just going to lightly sand here. You could use a much higher grit than this, or lower grit than this, but it's here. I'm going to use it. This happens to be a 600, but you could use pretty much anything. So we're just going to do a light sanding, wipe it down, and go spray paint it. If you want. I am working on a solid black one that, good gravy, solid black that I did not base paint. I just sanded it and put Galaxy on it. I'm doing this one with UV resin, but I actually prefer to do fast set for these. So we're going to get that right there. And bring this over and gently work this onto here. It's easier than it looks, but I have my phone in the way. Yeah. Just like that. It can go like that too, but it fits nice and secure this way. So now, glitter all over my hands now from touching that. I'm gonna slip this in here. I'm going to mix up my epoxy, and we're going to do a really thin layer. You can also hold it, kind of flip it to get here if you want, and then kind of bring it back down to get here. Your options are wide open. So let's put a thin layer of glitter on here. We're going to do fast set and let it cure, and see if we need a second coat. Usually not when you do epoxy method. All right, I'm ready to epoxy and glitter. And as you know, I have stubby fingers, so I am going to do these little tricky parts right here with just a little silicone paintbrush. You don't have to do that. I'm just not very good at getting the small spaces like that. So I'm going to just take a couple extra moments here to do this, just so that I don't end up making a big mess, because I kind of made a big mess on my last one. I'm not going to do this edge right here. I'm just going to kind of stop right here at my little hinge. And then the rest I'm going to do with my finger. Just like usual with epoxy method glitter, we want to go nice and thin. I want to scrape, not scrape this way, because I don't want to squeegee it right off the edge there. So we'll do real thin, and then we're going to do rainbow fish. I actually designed that combo. That was in the designer box. I'm pretty proud of it. It's a mix that I had made a long time ago, and I showed it to Fran, and we decided it needed to be available in one big jar. Let's thin that out. I got that on there a little thicker than I intended. I'm not worried about little strays right there. Since I touched that black stapler earlier, I'm getting it everywhere now. And I got that a little thicker than I wanted, so I'm just going to kind of wipe some of that off. Double check for any bald spots. Any extra thick spots too. I love this. So pretty. My air conditioner's on, and so it is changing where my glitter is kind of sprinkling to. Now, as this is curing, I want to watch, or as it's kind of settling, I guess is a better word. I want to watch for any extra slick spots, any dry spots, anything like that. I had a little spot to touch up, so I used hairspray. Got a good coating on here. I went ahead and covered it with hairspray just to keep from having too much fall off, because I do have a couple projects going right now. And now it goes right there to turn. Like I said, I used fast set, and so I'm just gonna let it turn for about an hour, and then I'll take it outside and why is this not turning? What is happening? I'll take it outside and actually cover it with clear coat. Let that fully dry, and then we will epoxy it. I have this sealed with clear coat spray paint, just regular matte Rust-Oleum 2X. Got another small batch of fast set ready for us. So we're just going to very carefully apply it here. I'm not worried about putting a super thick coat It's really not good for most fast sets anyways. I'm just going to put a nice thin coat for now, and then I'll come back and put another 1 or 2 coats. And for this particular project, I didn't mention it earlier, I'm using my KS resin liquidy split. I bounce between this one and the Mr. Nola's. And when you're doing this, if you feel more comfortable taking it off of this and applying it and then putting it back on, do whatever works for you, just like you would do on a cup. I have no idea why that just changed directions. Okay. It could use one more coat, but I want to put something here before I do that. So I'm just going to stop the video here. Let's take it apart. So to get it off, you'll do that. Just kind of rub it off of there. I put that on there because I did something to it. This is a prototype, by the way. This is not their permanent design. I was the first one to get to try it. So kind of carefully wedge that off of there. And I'm going to use the one that still has the pin in it. And just wedge it back on, just like that. I know that's kind of hard to see. And now we want to pull that right there. And just snap it back into place. You don't have to pull this or anything. Oh, you know what I forgot? The spring. Otherwise, it don't work right. So put the spring back in there. And now do it. That makes so much more sense. More productive. So not perfect because I am not done with it. But in a little while, I will lightly sand it. And I'll put my vinyl. And then I'll do one more coat of epoxy. Ta-da! This one was a Walmart one. You can also do the Amazon Basics. There's Swing Line. There's so many different brands out there. But keep an eye on Cuba Lake Crafts. They'll be posting when they get all the bugs worked out. Like I said, this is a prototype. And I may have done something to it with my handling. I don't know yet. They'll figure it out. I'm just here to test it out. And I sprung it on them, and they sent me something that worked. So it's good. Anyways, I will put links to their shop in my bio. If you use Purple 20, it'll give you a discount. But I'll put the link there. They have all kinds of cool stuff. I have my support arm like I showed you earlier. And I have a bunch of pencil adapters. Here's one of them. This also holds a bottle, an aluminum bottle. But this is one of 3 that I have from them. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave it in the leave it in the comments. I'll post all the links to everything in the description. This particular glitter won't be available until, I believe, August 1st. I don't think it's on the website right this minute. But it is rainbow fish that I blended myself. And Fran put it in the designer box. All right, thanks for watching. Y'all have a good one. I do have my Alzheimer's fundraiser page linked in the description as well. I don't want to beat you guys with that, but I just want to throw that out there. Thanks so much. Have a good one.